Hi there. Welcome to Craft with Kathie. I have an amazing transfer to share with you this evening. I know it's kind of late in the month and I'm going to make this nice and short and sweet because it's New Year's Eve, obviously. But I want to show you December's Club Couture transfer. It's called Make Today Awesome. And what absolutely phenomenal advice, right? I'm not a person who believes in resolutions, New Year resolutions. I used to. And you make a resolution and you break it, you make another one, and next year you say you're going to do better. And, within a couple weeks, the resolution's out the window. And somewhere along the line, I decided I'm not doing resolutions, I'm making goals. So I'm making a list of goals for 2024. And I haven't finished them yet today. Nothing like last minute, right? But I will pick the most important goal or what I want to achieve the soonest or whatever. And then I'm going to sit down and jot down basically my steps to achieve that goal. So for me, instead of a resolution, I'd rather pick a goal and strive to achieve it. And I think December's Club Couture is perfect in reminding us of our own self-worth. Choose to sign, you are enough, stay golden, you look amazing, make today awesome, make it happen today. These are all great sentiments. I think they're perfect on a sign. I think they'd be perfect on a little cutout, which actually this came with December's Club Couture. And I think especially they'd be great on a mirror. Can you imagine in the morning waking up and seeing this along with your phenomenal reflection in the mirror every morning and you look amazing? What inspiration to start the day. So this is what I'm going to do for tonight's mirror. Tonight's project. I'm not gonna chalk it on a mirror, but you can chalk it on a mirror. And if you're chalking on mirror or glass, just remember to fuzz like crazy because it'll stick because the surface is so very, very smooth. Because remember, our transfers, think of stencils on steroids, are made out of vinyl, silkscreen. You're seeing through the silkscreen to the backer sheet. And they're adhesive backed and reusable 8 to 12 times or more. So you can make multiple projects with this. Another thing you can do is the Club Couture transfer actually comes with this chalkable shape, and you can use this as a template and use our chalk sway, just outline it and then fussy cut it and make a whole bunch of little stand-up signs using this transfer. So there's a lot of things that can be done. And basically, I think it's very inspirational, very uplifting, and very positive. And what a way to start the new year. Now, here's the little catch to this. It is December's Club Couture, which means to get it, you have to sign up for Club Couture before midnight Mountain Time tonight, the 31st of December 31st of 2023. So I'm going to put the link in the comments right now if you want to do that, because I don't want anyone to miss out on this phenomenal club transfer. So give me a moment while I do that, and it will be in the first comment. There you go. Club Couture comes with a lot of benefits. Reduced shipping. The new monthly transfer shows up on your doorstep with free shipping, but you get reduced shipping for any other, you reduce shipping for your first order of the month if you choose to order something. You don't have to, but if you do, you do get reduced shipping. And there's lots of other perks and benefits. This month, you can get our Cuddle Pillow Kit for 10% off just for being a club member. And right now, also, we have 70% off of a bunch of transfers that it's actually, the 70% off is until January 1st, 2024. So if you haven't checked them out, run over there and check them out. There are Christmas things, there's Halloween things, there's some fall, there's some evergreen that could be used around the year. There are some kits that are reduced. I think there's around 100 transfers that are reduced 70%. Some of them are only 50%, but I think initially when the sale started, there were about 100 of the ones that were reduced 70%. So excellent time to grab a bargain. Okay, so I'm going to get moving on this. I'm coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line and let me know where you're viewing from. And all I have to decide is what one do I want to put on this little shape. I'm going to go with Choose to Shine. I think that's an excellent way to start the day. Choose to shine. Make today count. And sprinkle light on everyone you meet or run into or talk to. Oops, I didn't cut this. Let me finish cutting this. And yes, I'm not cutting through the backer sheet. You can if you want to. I just found that for me, I like not cutting through the backer sheet so that when I'm done using this, because remember they're reusable, I could put it back in the sheet and the sheet is in one piece, and then I put it back in its envelope and I hang it up in my little armoire. So let me fuzz this up real quick. Anyone want to jump in and tell me what color paste they think I should use with this? I'm thinking because it says choose to shine, I think I should do something shiny, which makes me think of either our gold shimmer or our nominee. Of course, I could use silver shimmer also, but I think I'm going to go with the nominee. I think I have it handy. Right? I have so many things out right now. I've been going crazy, and yes, I've been trying to back up my computer. So let me get the drive out of the way. Funny how I do the same things at year end every year. I should actually probably start my backup earlier in the week, but I did not. So one of the things I was playing around with today, and I'm not finding my nominee. Okay, where did I put it? Shimmer gold. I think I'm going to go shimmer gold. Maybe I'll save the rose gold for something a little bit different. Anyway, real easy to do this. If you're new to chalking, all you need is a surface of some kind, and your surface can be wood, it could be chalkboard, it could be dry erase, it could be metal, mirror, glass, it could be fabric, it could be canvas, just about anything with a low nap and that's smooth. You don't want to use slate because sometimes slate would peel up on the adhesive back or whatever, but anything that's smooth and somewhat flat, if you will. So I'm going to grab a little of my paste. Ooh, this looks a little thick, right? And I know I grabbed way too much there. I'm going to grab some of my paste. I've applied it to my transfer to my surface, and I'm going to smooth it across, smooth the paste, the chalk paste across the transfer using this little squeegee, and I'm using a mini squeegee. And I'm not really putting any pressure on, just basically gliding it across, taking the paste off of the edge of the squeegee, going across where the silk screen is, smoothing it out, removing any excess and any lines. And then I'm going to put the excess back in the jar. How simple and easy was that? Let me take a little look. Oop, I have a little line here. Probably doesn't hurt anything, but I'm going to go smooth it across it again. And then I'm going to lift up this transfer and my handy dandy detail tool. Detail tool has a real small squeegee on the end, and the other end has a little pointy tool, little like needle-like tool. It's made out of plastic though. And when I'm using something like this that spins around and it's not a big surface and it won't sit down by itself, when I lift it, I want to hold it down, and it's easier to hold it down with the point of my detail tool and lift it off, just so it doesn't run away on me or slide and skitch away. Okay, so look at this. This is going to take about 8 minutes to dry. If you want to dry it quicker, we've got a little drying tool that's focused air, and it will dry it quickly, but our shimmers take about 8 minutes to dry. Our regular pastes take about 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to set this aside to dry and go on to another project. I don't want to smudge it with my finger. Our paste is made from chalk. Goes on liquid, dries to a hard finish. But on many surfaces, chalkboard, dry erase, metal, mirror, glass, it's erasable. Spritz it with a little bit of water and a paper towel, sometimes a board eraser or a little board scraper to help get it off. And you can reuse that surface over and over and over again. How cool is that? Another thing I'm going to do it on tonight is I'm going to use this as an insert to our drop-in box frame that I painted. I painted with our gold nominee, and I'm going to swap out what's in there for one of these things, or maybe for two of these things. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the Make Today Awesome and do it horizontally. So let me get my fuzzing cloth out here. I just have to figure out what color paste. Make Today Awesome. I know what. Let's see. Oops, nope, I thought that was a shimmer. I really love our shimmer paste. They're so, so beautiful. I was looking for a green shimmer. Let me see. Okay. Let me fuzz this. You know what? Let me check that paste because it looks a little thick. It might need to be thinned down. It's been a while since I used it. And I'm looking for a fuzzing cloth, which of course I don't see. I mean, I'm looking for a stir stick. Yeah, this is a little thick. See, it's kind of glumpy. And that'll happen because our paste is made from chalk paste. Is made from chalk. So what I'm going to do is spray a little bit of distilled water in it. And you always want to use distilled water because you don't want chemicals in your water to actually mix with the paste and cause the color to be something other than what you intended. Sometimes that could happen. Think of our chalk paste as like artists' paints. So you want to make sure that you use distilled water. If you do not have distilled water, grab a color tray or a little dish or something and put just a dab of the paste in there and then add the water to that little dab. So if you do mix it up, you're not contaminating or altering your whole jar of paste. So I'm going to just stir this up. You want your paste to be thick enough to hold its shape, kind of like soft egg whites or, maybe like a Greek yogurt. You want it a little soft. You don't want it real thick. Because if it's thick, it will dry quicker and it might not go through the silk screen as easily, or it might actually pull up because it'll dry so quickly. So let me fuzz this. Now I'm doing quick little projects tonight. But if you are doing something that's a little bit more involved, you might want to use our paste and peel method so that if a project's going to take you a bit of time, you do a section at a time, lifting it up as you go along, and you don't have to hurry or rush or anything. I'm going to put this a little bit closer to the top than the bottom. Well, no, I don't have to. I was thinking of the ledge. I have to remember what I'm doing it on. I'm doing it on the drop-in box frame, so I think this will be fine. I'm going to smooth it across. Now this is paper. It's our chalk suede paper, but I usually like to fuzz quite a bit when I use it because I don't want it to stick real strongly. Grabbing my paste, I'm going to make sure I stay on the transfer and just going across it with my squeegee, squeezing the paste through the silk screen. Going over it, smoothing it out, making sure I have all the silk screen covered. Removing any lines, excess paste, I'm going to put back into the jar. And then I'm going to lift this up. How quick and easy was that? Make Today Awesome. What excellent advice, right? Let me set this aside to dry, and I'll be on to the next project. Ooh, and I need to put this paste back into my jar. Why waste it, right? And yes, I know I stuck my detail tool in there. I'll just have to clean it off. I didn't have a stir stick handy. We have little plastic stir sticks that are great for stirring up your paste, and because they're plastic, they don't take the moisture out of your paste. If you use a popsicle stick, the wood would actually leach the water out of your paste and dry it out. So that's why I didn't want to use anything other than a stir stick or a little silicone tool. So let me know what you think I should do my next sign with. What do you think? Let me look at my little Choose to Shine. As the shimmer dries, you'll see it slightly turn color. It looks a little bit darker. I've got paste all over my fingers, excuse that. It looks a little bit darker where it's wet. It's not quite dry yet. Let me clean my fingers and grab another surface. Our chalk paste is water soluble, so easy to clean your tools, easy to clean your fingers. We have a couple different mediums that can be used with our transfers. Obviously our chalk paste. We also have chalk ink. Oh, I don't have a jar of ink out here, but our ink works very similar to our paste, except it is permanent. And you generally will want to use the ink on anything that you would be washing, whether it's a ceramic cup. Yes, we could put our transfers, do it on ceramic or fabric or canvas or whatever. If it's going to be washed, you want to use our ink, heat set it with an iron or a heat press. Either one works fine. And then you could wash it without it coming out. And the nice thing about our inks is, you know how sometimes when you put vinyl on a t-shirt or whatever, you could feel it, and after so many washings it starts cracking and peeling up and everything? Doesn't happen with our ink. Once the ink is heat set, you could rub your finger around over it and you could barely tell the difference in the fabric. It's that cool. This is a rectangular simple shape. And it is made out of wood. Looks like I have something on that. Let me just see. Oh, I might have picked up something from the surface it was laying on top of. Okay, just wipe that off. And because it's wood, I want to first wax it before I use it. So I'm going to grab some of our surface wax. It would help if I did not take an empty container. Got the lid stuck on that one. I'm real bad about these, and I'm saving them to put some beads and stuff in. Okay, let me grab a paper towel, and I'll show you how to wax wood. And the reason we wax wood before we chalk on it is wood is porous, and it's not real even. Even if you sand it, if you looked at it with a magnifying glass or under a microscope, you'll see little dips and little higher spots. So we wax it, one, to protect our transfer because we don't want the adhesive lifting up a splinter or anything. Another reason is to smooth out the surface so you don't have those little divots or whatever. And the third reason to wax is to form a barrier between the wood surface and your chalk paste, so that if you do make a little oops, it gives you a little bit of time to maybe clean that up or lift it up or remove it right away before it soaks into the wood. Sometimes it's enough of time to allow you to fix an oops. Sometimes not. It really depends on the porosity of the wood, and it depends on the pigmentation of the chalk that you're using. Obviously, something highly pigmented like red or black is going to be darker when it's absorbed into the wood and might be a little bit difficult removing it. If that happens, worst case comes to worst, sand it or paint it and then just use it again. You don't have to throw it out. There's usually a way around everything, isn't there? So I'm just smoothing this out. Now, if you have any questions about Club Couture, it's $21.99. That includes, well, it's free shipping, so $21.99 a month. shipped directly to your door in the US. In Canada, it's $26.99. There's a whole lot of benefits with Chalk Couture, but just think of it like this. You're getting an hour of creative bliss delivered straight to your doorstep once a month for under $22. Plus, there's lots of perks and benefits to club members. Sometimes discounts, sometimes other things. And every single transfer comes with a chalkable shape. And they vary in size and design, whatever. So it's really, really a cool club to be part of. We have a very creative community at Chalk Couture, and everybody's willing to share their designs and their ideas and what they make. So there's always something fun going on. I am going to go back and take the Make It Happen today. Oops, I have a little bit of wax on the side here. Let me clean that off. Fuzz this transfer. And I know this is going to be a little bit stark on my wood. There's not really much to go with it. I don't know if I want to combine anything with it. No, just to make it happen today. Kind of a motivational type thing, right? Pick your goal for the day and make it happen. Now, I think this would look really nice with maybe a little beaded, some beads on some jute as a little hanger. Ah, I just picked up something on the back of my transfer. Let me get that off. Okay. I fuzzed it hopefully enough. And let's see. I want to make sure this is centered. You can measure if you want to. I'm just eyeballing it. It's a little crooked. The right side's a little bit lower. Let me lift that up just a hair, just a smidge. That looks good to me now. The question is, what color, right? How about something a little bit different? Colonial blue, maybe? This was laying on its side a little bit. Okay, I fuzzed my transfer. I have it applied to my surface. I'm grabbing a little bit of paste. I want to make sure I stay on my surface here. I don't want to accidentally go off of it. I'm going to come back over and bring this towards me. I want to pick up the bottom of that end that I almost missed. Smooth it out. Remove any excess paste. Put the paste back in the jar. And then peel and reveal. Let's take a look at it. Woo! And I have a little smudge right here, probably from my finger. Of course, from my finger. So I'm going to try and remove that right away. Oh, see? With waxing it, I was able to wipe that right off. Now, if I had let it sit, obviously, once it dried, it wouldn't have come off. But how cool is that? See how quick and easy we can make our own signs, or maybe add a little personalization to a t-shirt or something. It really doesn't take much time at all. It's very, very quick and very easy. And if you do use our transfers on fabric with the ink, all you have to do is let it dry and then heat press it with either an iron for 4 minutes or a heat press for 30 seconds. Put a piece of parchment tape over it. If you're using an iron, make the iron constantly move until it's dry. If we're doing chalk paste, we don't have to heat set. Heat setting is only for ink. So think fabric, t-shirts, fabric for quilting. Wouldn't this make interesting patches on a quilt? What do you think? Wouldn't that be rather uplifting and positive affirmations for somebody? Something to think about, right? Okay, this is almost dry. Our Make Today Awesome. It's a little bit dark. I'm going to set that aside. Let's take a look at our Choose to Shine. Okay, it's dry. So let me move our Make It Happen out of the way. And let's do one more before I wrap this up. I know it's New Year's and everybody's probably got really cool plans, which is wonderful. I'm going to do, let's see. I know what color I want to use. Let me just get it out here. Our shimmer violet. What do you think? Is that beautiful or what? And I'm going to go with You Are Enough. The Stay Golden and You Look Amazing are destined for the mirrors. Oops, I didn't cut this. Let me cut that real quick. I knew I seemed like I forgot to one area, and sure enough I did. Okay, and if you want to do this, you could use the scissors to do it, or you could actually use a rotary cutter. I don't use the rotary because I'm afraid I'll put too much pressure and cut my backer sheet. If you do though, our backer sheets in the 8.5 by 11s, you could buy a pack of backer sheets in our 8.5 by 11 inch size, if that's an issue. Okay, let me fuzz this. Then I'll use that beautiful violet. Make sure I don't have any paste or anything on my surface. Ah, it's sticking to me. I'll bring that down a little bit. A little bit crooked. Okay, smooth it out. I don't want any air bubbles underneath my silk screen, which is kind of why I feel across it. I'm just going to grab a bigger squeegee here, just because I had it handy. And I'm just going to apply the paste over it. Squeeze the chalk paste through the silk screen. Now remember, this is on a chalkable shape, so if I tire of this or whatever, I could always erase it with a little bit of water and a paper towel. Okay, I'm smoothing it out, making sure I have all the excess lifted up. Put the excess back into the jar. Let me cover up my jar, and I'll lift that up. How cool is this? You are enough. And we've got Choose to Shine. Make Today Awesome. And Make It Happen Today. And I could put this in a little stand, but I think I'm going to punch holes with our power punch up here and just thread some jute with some beads. Maybe I'll make the same beads, the same color, the colonial blue. And basically that's it. What do you think? 4 little signs in about a half hour. Thank you so much for watching. I wish everyone a very happy new year. Make it a good one. And I wish you all the best. See you soon.